And I hope we are not taking more time from here. So let me just reshare my screen so you guys can have like uh, a very amazing presentation that I have done. Uh, is it my problem or I just don't know how to use Zoom? Let me shit. Uh, okay.
The share button is below. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to share the full screen, but never mind. This works also. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yep. Can see.
So yeah, let's come back to the what we'll be covering today again. I've repeated this three times, but for you guys, I'll repeat it four times. So today we'll be talking about what is this AI agent look like. Basically a little bit about tomorrow, and basically can tell you guys like, okay, this is what you guys are expecting. Not too much because we want everyone to be on the same starting point. Second one is something that you guys might be very excited with because it's the latest Qwen's model API, which I'll be giving you guys free access, or like I should say unlimited access for tomorrow to build so that you guys are free to kind of like use that for anything that you want. So it should not be a restriction for you guys. Uh, Third one is the AI agent layer where we will be using Hermes agent as the AI agent to help you to build whatever that you want. So Hermes agent, if you don't know, I'll do more intro later. But next we have all about Devin. This is where I'll pass it to JD, and JD will do all the intros about Devin, and Devin is one of our main sponsor here. And last but not least, he will also cover some notes for tomorrow. So yeah, let's begin with like the AI agent hack. So when me and JD we were coming up with this idea, we felt like it's pretty interesting if let's say we could do something that you could build something alongside with your agent because we have been cooperating with our teammates and are actually kind of like want you to kind of like work alongside with your agent because there's a difference. Uh, Chatbot and AI agent, one is that one AI agent they have memory, as in like they remember what you do, and slowly they will kind of like become your personal assistant and be one of your greatest teammate. And I want to prove that tomorrow that after you spend like few hours with your agent, you don't want to say bye bye to them because they slowly will understand you even more. And of course, you can throw them skills, you can throw them whatever information to feed them, or even get them to learn. So there is a difference between the chatbot and also AI agent. And here, it's very simple. Just build alongside your AI agent, and we'll find a way to kind of like to see how much cooperation that you give to your AI agent and how much you guys bond together, how much time you guys spend together. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about the AI agent hack. Before we move on, JD, you have anything you want to add on before I move on to the next part?
I think you can continue. Yeah, but probably it
Yeah.
will be interesting to see a check like how many of them are familiar with OpenClaw and already have it set up or
Yep,
Hermes.
that is cool. Um, Thank you. So I'll move on. Let me just see the chat first. Okay, yes. Perpetual memory. So there's like I'll talk about the AI agent later, but yes, they will have like a memory where you can design their memory system. So one of it could be Obsidian's vault. So if you know Obsidian is something like Notion, where it is stored locally, so that your device they have like the access to your informations in your device. And yeah, oh sorry. Let's go to Quen first. So for Quen, only few steps lah. So number one, please now I think from now on your if you have submitted your model scope, the Google form, which I shared like few days ago, means that you are entitled to have the model by now. So for if you guys have not I want to also know if let's say you guys have not submitted this one. So if you have not submitted the form, please leave a message in the chat and tell me that I have not. So I can see what I can do for you. So if you guys have submitted the form already and you guys have a model scope ID, and step number one, you have to go to this modelscope.ai, which I will share this link right here. Yeah. So once you go into model scope, you see something like this. So I'll just do it like, yeah. So model scope is something like Hugging Face, but it's like a Alibaba family kind of Hugging Face, where they can host like different AIs and you can sort of like use their models on this platform. So you can see we have different models, but that's not the point. The point here is we are going to step number two. Step number two here, I want you guys to, on top right, select bind Alibaba Cloud account. This is because you can only generate your API key after you bind your Alibaba Cloud account. So what you need to do right here, you go to here, click onto your profile button, and since I've already binded, so you can see like there's my email here. But if you have not, click on the bind Alibaba Cloud. And once you click that one, you see a button called Buy Now, and you should be able to buy now and bind Alibaba Cloud's account and authorize it. So by clicking a few buttons, I think you should be able to bind your Alibaba Cloud's account. And if you have done that part, please let me know lah. I'll also share the doc somewhere. Let me just find it out. Is it here? This one. Yeah. So if you go into the model scope, uh, this one. So you need to go to here, bind Alibaba Cloud, and you should see like bind immediately and fill in your email. This email has to be the same as your model scope, yeah, keep in mind. And once you have done that, and they should be able to have like a bind now thing going on here. And please bind it right now, and I'll find you guys in a bit. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to do so. Hopefully that's enough. So let's continue at 825. But if let's say you have not managed, if you couldn't manage to bind your account by then, I'll also drop the guide later in the chat. Maybe I can drop it now so that you guys can have a look on like how you can bind your account. But after 205, I'll continue with step number 3. And not bad, today we have like 65%. Yeah, before we move on, just want to know if anyone has not submitted the Google form that I shared on Thursday, which was for you to submit your model scope. If you have not, also, yeah, please let me know because I can arrange the API key for you as well if let's say you need it.
Yeah, because I think some we also just approved yesterday. so they might miss the form. But that's only like 12
Yeah,
people.
so
Yeah.
mm, okay. Hopefully I mean you can also use your own model if let's say you have your API, but this is fun because this is like the flagship API that we have, and of course we uh strongly encourage you to give us some feedbacks. So that's why I think we are giving it for free. Uh as in like you can use it unlimitedly lah. So so it's up to you if you want to use that model or not, but we will be happy if let's say you use that one. So Ernie is saying already registered the account yesterday and filled the Google form, but during the sign in, I don't know why it didn't catch my email. Okay. This is for model scope, right, Ernie? And now you can't log into your account. Is that correct? Okay. Odd case. Can you check your email to see if you have successfully registered or signed up for model scope? Which Google form may I know? If you're asking this question, means you didn't see the Google form. But that form was sent to you guys on Thursday and closed on Friday, 3 p.m. So uh, if you don't have the API key, I can arrange one for you later. Lemon, no worry. Can you drop me a message in WhatsApp so I can DM you the key? Yeah, Ernie, for your side, can you please check your email to see if you have already signed up for that account? Okay, so now it's ready 827, and I think we can move on now. Yeah, before I move on, last few questions. Yeah, need the Alibaba Cloud account, yes. So it should be the same email. So keep in note. Yeah. So Ernie, can you check your phone to see first? Because I'm not too sure what is your problem, but I'm happy to troubleshoot with you after this my session. So I have to move on to step number three first. So step number three, now you go to this website, which is the model scope, but the inter tokens sub page, where you will find your token. So for example, here I have already created my token, and you still can create more tokens here. So now what you need to do is you create a token, uh, create a token and click create token. So you can just say like API one, API two, since I use one. So short term, and maybe I can put 1 month. So you can see now I have created my token. Uh, sorry, it shouldn't be read only. Let me just recreate one more time. It's a write permission token. So once you click this create token, it has two options for you: read only permission and write permission token. So it should be the write permission token, and you click your API name, API two, let's say. And short term or even long term, you don't want to make your, if you don't want your API key to expire, you just click long term, create a token. And now you have your token here. So once you create a token, you can copy this one and paste it into your whatever AI to use it. So now I think you guys should be able to get your token if you have followed until this far. So if you have copied this token, paste it somewhere, save it somewhere, because we'll use it later. And if you are really good in AI, right, you can even test it out right now. So this is the API key that you configured. Endpoint is here, model ID is here. I'll paste it here as well. So yeah, if you want to kind of like connect to the endpoint yourself, you still can try it out yourself here. But nevertheless, I will also guide you later also. So until now, have anyone gotten their Quen API? If yes, would be nice to hear a yes from you guys. Thank you, YY. Thank you guys. Right. So I'll give you guys one more minute before I move on to the next, which is the Hermes agent, heavy one. Because I believe a lot of people have heard about OpenClaw, Hermes, and all these AI agents, but don't know what the hell do they do. And today, uh, I'll try to make it as short as possible because, given the time frame we have, we try to make it as simple as possible so that everyone can really catch up with the minimized brain power. So here we go. Okay. Has any question before I move on regarding the Quen? And thanks, JD, for answering the question. If no, then I guess I will move on. Thank you very much. So right next, set up our Hermes agent. So you might be asking, the number one question you might have, what is Hermes? So it's not the Greek god. I mean, it's a Greek god, lah, but Hermes agent is actually this one. Uh, you might have heard of OpenClaw, and you might or might not heard of Hermes agent. But Hermes agent is actually, in short, we call it a better version of OpenClaw. So think of it like a AI agent that can live with you and is up 24/7. You can assign tasks for them to do it anytime. This is the agent that can do it for you. And later I'll tell you a little bit about the difference between this one and Cloud Code and also maybe Claude as well, the applications. So uh yeah, I'll give you an example later, but you can see here is where you can download. But do you guys want to hear the explanation first or download first? 24 hours out. Yeah, so technically when your agent is up 24/7, that means that it can do tasks for you like almost anytime, anywhere lah. But one thing that you might want to concern is about your API or like the credit usage because if you are running 24/7 means that you are spending a lot of money on your AI. So that might be one concern that you might have. So yeah, I guess it's better for me to go through this together with you right now. So Hermes versus let's say Claude Code versus Claude the applications. So right here, I want to ask you guys: has anyone used Claude Code before? Can I get some comments commenting code? Yes, yes, yes. I think a lot of people have been using Claude Code. Amazing. So how about the applications, which is something like this one? The applications or the web one is also okay lah. Yes, both. Okay. So I'll tell you guys a little bit, make it brief lah, okay? So number one here, Hermes is a AI agent. Number two, Claude Code is CLI. We also call it AI agent without memory. And number three, Claude app is chatbot. If you're using a chatbot, if you're using a Claude chat, that is a chatbot. So the difference here, oh, okay. So the difference here is that chatbot and AI agent, the main difference here is that chatbot, one session and they'll forget about anything. They might still have a little bit of memory that is saved in the markdown file, which we call it Claude MD. But for most of the things that you do, they will completely forget it. So that's the main difference here. So Claude Code is also sort of like a mix of chatbot and AI agent. But end of the day, when you start a new session, they will completely forget anything that you do. But for Hermes, it's different because for Hermes, or even OpenClaw, they have this memory system where they will digest it and put it in their memory dot in OpenClaw, it's called memory.md. In Hermes, they have like different system that you can choose, which I can talk about it later. So Hermes, now you know the difference. But before I move on, just want to check if you guys have any questions. So in short, what I can say is that Hermes, uh, Hermes has memory lah, and you can use it literally anywhere. Why? Because you can connect it to your WhatsApp, you can connect it to your Telegram, you can connect it to your whatever social media, or even Microsoft Teams. We're talking about Microsoft Teams. So this is where you literally can work 24/7 because whenever you go or wherever you go, you can actually really work on it in the everyday social media that you're using. So yeah, that's the most simplified explanation that I can give. But before I move on, any questions? The next one will be the installations, the exciting part. If no, I think we can move on. Excited? Okay. Where was it again? Shit, how do I move this thing? There's like the zoom button. Okay. So now let's go to this um, Hermes agent website. I'll share the link right here. You guys can have a look. So yeah, we try to make it very simple, okay? And we were exploring if there's like a need for us to use VPS. But after a few months of really testing out and also gut railing the usage of it, because the main problem when we firstly introduced OpenClaw is that would there be any malicious or like breach on security kind of risk? But after using it for a few months, I can say that I have never experienced it yet. As long as you don't leak your key or your agent to your friends, make sure that you set your access correctly, and from there, and then you can make sure that no one can access to your computer. But if you want like a full protections, which you don't want your computer or like your data to have like any risk of leak breaching, you still can use VPS or even use like a new computer to set up that Hermes agent. But if you have like very limited budget, I guess VPS is still your options. But today we are downloading it locally, which is like a more straightforward options. Okay. So now we are going here to my um, terminal. So once you guys copy this code, right? If you guys are using Mac OS or Linux, you guys should copy this one. But if let's say you guys are using Windows, use this one instead. Um, Click on the window and copy this one, and you paste it in your command prompt later. So in my case, I'm a Mac OS and also Linux. I copy this one. So right now I should do my tail scaling. Okay. Okay, so what I should do here is I just copy this one, this link, and I paste it right here. So for Windows user, you guys need to go to command prompt. Window command prompt, uh, Mac OS or is terminal. So go to these apps first. For Windows command prompt, Mac OS or Linux, you guys go to terminal. And once you guys went into your terminals or like the command prompt, paste this line, which you just copied in from the website. Okay, once
Hey,
you
Sherry, we can't see your terminal if you're sharing.
oh shit.
Yeah, we can only
Bro,
see
can
like
you, can you
the
fix?
the windows. So you might
Sorry,
need to
sorry, sorry.
change like share the whole screen.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
um browse tabs. Sorry guys, not a professional streamer. Now I think you guys can see it, right?
Not yet.
Oh shit. Give me a sec. Uh,
Maybe you can choose the entire screen one.
yeah. I was choosing entire screen. Is it this one? Okay. How about now?
Yeah, can.
Okay, perfect. Okay, now you guys have access to my. You can see my face also. Um. Okay, now once you guys are done going into command prompts and Linux, sorry, terminals, right? Paste this line of code, and you can click enter. Once you click enter, they will start installing from there. In my case, it's Linux, so you can see it's installing. Yeah, if you guys have faced any question, right, feel free to really ask in the chat because it's very important to troubleshoot when you are still here because tomorrow I believe it's gonna be very chaotic. So if you can have it done today, best case, okay?
Sherry, I have a question from
Yes.
someone in the same house. She asked, what's the difference between downloading the desktop app and also installing their terminal?
The desktop app is different. I unfortunately I uninstalled the desktop app, but the desktop app is when you have a Hermes agent and you want like a very beautiful interface, right? Then that's where you download the app because the app is sort of like chatbot lah, but it's not like chatbot UI, um, but it's actually an AI agent because now, for example, like now, right? If I want to chat with my agent, few ways I can do. Uh, One way I can do is just I use a TUI, which is terminal UI, and it will bring me to this UI. But if let's say I am a beginner, I don't know any of these, and I don't want to get rid of this, so I just download the Hermes desktop, which is something like ChatGPT that interface lah. So it's very clean. You can see it very clearly, and I think there are like some different configurations you can set up there also. For example, like you want to switch model, you want to change to different agent, you can do it there. So a uh difference between these uh terminal installing and that one is you can't I should put it this way. You need to introduce your agent to your computer first in order to move them to that house. So think of the installations or in terminal as in like you inviting your girlfriend to your house, and then and if you want a girlfriend to live in your house, then you only download the house. So
Yeah,
hopefully that explains.
makes sense.
But I think you can. I think uh if you guys are interested, tomorrow I can do some showcasing on like the Hermes desktop, but uh, my experience with that was not too pleasant because it took I'm not too sure what happens, but it actually hallucinates a lot, and also take extra way too long time to process a similar process that I have in my other instances, for example, like in Telegram or in like Terminal. So yeah. So now, sorry, where were we? Okay, just now we were here, right? Installing. Okay, what happened here? Dependency install, failed timeout. Okay, now I need to install Node.js. Was this the part that I had? Okay, yeah, now I need to install Node.js. If you don't have Node.js, then you have to install Node.js. If you have it already, you should be very smooth. Here we go. Okay, Suta is asking one question. Should I download the desktop app? Oh, this is I believe this was a question earlier. Yeah. So you would strongly encourage to have the terminal one first before the desktop, because like I said, you need to have somebody to live in that house first before you buy the house. So yeah, let me know how it goes, guys. If you guys have already successfully downloaded it. Yes, good point. Yes, correct. PowerPoint. Okay. Feel you are at the right pace. This is the right interface that you're facing. So if you are seeing what Feel is seeing in your terminal, this is the right one. So later I'll show to you guys a little bit. I'll need to reinstall. Here we go. Which did you install it at? Um, I install it in my terminal, which is my device itself. So, um, yes, log file and UV log needs to be up. I actually click download button. Um, what do you mean ML by that one? You mean the Hermes dashboard? Sorry, Hermes desktop.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Uh, you mean that one work for you? Have you tried it already? I have not tried using Hermes dashboard to install that one, but I think with the updates should be okay, but I still prefer to do it in the terminals because uh in terminals you can like really configure whichever things that you want. which I'm not too sure if the desktop can give you the same thing as terminal. So one cool tips to have, right, is that if let's say you are stuck somewhere, um, why is it not installed again? Um, and let me just try it again. So one cool tips to have is that if you are stuck somewhere, you can feel free to use open code or even like any other CLIs, for example, like Cloud Code to assist you with that one. So for example, you face something wrong, you just copy and paste the error to them, then they can fix it for you as well. So yeah, I think what you see here is like this. Um, yep. So this is what Theo saw just now. And if you have reached this stage, right, and you are doing a good job, so I would just do a I'll do a full setup just in case you guys I'll let you guys to see like what's actually happening here. So what I'll do here is I think the first thing they ask is what I see here is that they are asking you to configure a model. So if they are asking you to configure a model, just click custom endpoint. And the custom endpoint here, the first thing they ask would be the API-based URL. So the API-based URL is the one that I pasted just now in the chat, which is this one. If you're using Minimax lah, I'll paste it here so you guys can have a look. Come back to here. So the base URL, you just copy the link, the API until V1. You copy this one, and then you paste it here. And then API key optional. It's not optional. So what you need to do is you need to go to the API page, which you just now where you copy the code. Should be here. Here we go. Okay. Um, so and you can copy the code, copy the API key right here. Once you copy it, you can paste it right here. And you click enter. And they are asking you to fill the compatibility mode. And of course, you choose number one. It's an OpenAI compatible server. Number one. And they have a lot of different models. Uh, don't get panic. So what you need to do is go back to the thing I shared just now, model ID, copy the whole model ID. So from Quen Ambassador slash Quen 3.8 Max, you copy the whole thing, and then you paste it in your terminal, which is right here. Enter. Context length, put 1 mil. Display name, you can put something that you can reference lah. When 3.8 max. Enter. So here we have finally filled in our API key, the brain for our Hermes agent. Quick setup is fine also, but I chose full setup because I want you guys to view the full pictures of what is included in the Hermes agent, because there are some skills which I think is very interesting to share. But quick setup works also, which is faster, simpler, but you if you want to add more skills, you have to come back later lah. Okay, now what I'll be doing is keep current, which is local, and you click enter. Next one, they will ask you to connect to your messaging platform. So as what I promised just now, you can see there are like different social medias, including Google Chat. If you guys use Line, there's Line, iMessage, uh, Telegram, WhatsApp. These are like the few common ones lah. And what I would do here today is Telegram. So I click on space and I click enter. So you will see two options when you click into Telegram. Number one is using another number. Number two is you create a bot via bot father. So a simpler version would be bot father, which is option number two. So you click number two, and the bot token, you need to create a bot in bot father. So what you need to do right now, you go into Telegram and you search for a bot called bot father. So I'll come back again. Just now we were here and they asked us for Telegram bot token. So what we need to do right now is you go into your Telegram. You can use phone also lah, but you need to copy and paste it in your PC. But the point here is you need to search bot father in the chat, and you find this cute godfather bot father, and you click here. It's a bot. So you click on once you go into bot father, you click start, and you see there are like different bots here. You different commands lah. And which is the command that you need to use is a new bot. So you can either click this one, or you can slash new bot. And you can click enter. Okay. So a new bot, and of course you can name your new bot. And in my case, I'm gonna name my bot Coca-Cola. Let's say can be any name lah, but as long as you like the name. So once you fill in the name, they ask you to give your bot a username. So this one is a tricky one because a lot of these famous names have been taken. So you might need to add more numbers or whatever things behind your username, like Coca-Cola, let's say. Because I'll do an example for you. If I just put Coca-Cola bot, it will show like this username has already been taken. So a lot of cases will be like this. So what I would do is Coca-Cola 13567 and bot. I'll put some random numbers behind the username, and I think with this one I can create a bot here. So once you reach this place, done, congratulations, means that you have already created your Telegram bot. And until now, you have successfully created, and this one is the API key. Very important because you don't want to share it to your friends or anyone. I repeat again, don't share it to anyone because they could use this one to control your bot. So only you can use it yourself, and you can know what is the token lah. So before I move on, let me check the chat first. Okay, YX has fixed the UV issue. Suta is asking one question. Can I use the same API token I have created for my OpenClaw for Telegram? Yes, correct. You can use it. But I'm not too sure if there's gonna be conflicting. If let's say your OpenClaw is still running and you are still using that token and the gateway is still live for OpenClaw, I think they will be crashing somehow because these two agent frameworks, they are different. So what I would recommend is if let's say your OpenClaw is already Hanjo no more, yes, you can safely use it. But if let's say your OpenClaw is still running, better you create a new bot lah. API token I can't share, of course, bro. If you have submitted the form, and you have like an account, you can generate the token yourself. I can't do it. Telegram bot token. Oh, okay. This is referring to Telegram bot. Uh, oh, you're answering Suta. Okay. Thanks, Hongbing. Is it Hongbing? Thanks, by the way. I think might not work because what I experienced earlier was like I accidentally shared both tokens, but only one will have the access to it. So for example, if let's say I started my OpenClaw instance in that uh, uh, using that Telegram bot first. Afterwards, I want to use another Hermes agent. They the identity they think they are is the OpenClaw. So this is what I experienced lah. So what I want to emphasize is if let's say you don't want to have this kind of confusion, I guess would be strongly encourage you guys to set up each bots for different purpose. Hi, Alicia. You have any questions? If no, yeah, I'll move on. So, yep. So I've stopped for some while. I should move on. So this is the token that you should copy, and you copy this one. Come back to your terminal, paste it right here, and you click enter, and you're pretty much done. And allow user IDs. I think for now, we can set it out later lah. But now what I will do is I'll click enter. Home access. I'll click enter as well. I'll leave it empty. Restart the gateway. Yes. Okay. Sorry, Alicia, I had to mute you. Yeah. So next one, you can see like tools for CLI. This is what you might not see in the quick setup, but in full setup, you can see like they have like different skills here. For example, like web search, browsing, using terminals, manage your files, execute codes, analyze the image, so on and so forth lah. You can see there are like different skills, but what are the important ones? I think has already been clicked, which is like web search is important, browser automation is important, terminal is important, file operation important, code execution very important. Uh, Besides that one, skills are important, task planning is important, memory very important, context engine, yes, I'll click that one. Session search is also very important. Clarifying questions, of course, soft skill. Task dedications, yes. Cron jobs, 100%. Computer use. So once you have clicked in, once you have like selected these like skills, you click enter, and I think you should be done. And the next one is like, how are you going to use the browser? So usually what I would do is I'll just go with the recommendations if you don't have API. So for you guys who don't have like any resources, just go with recommendations lah. Local browser, recommended, go. Don't worry, Alicia. Later, we have recording which you can follow later. This is image generations. If you have OpenAI, I think this is a pretty good one. You can use this one. You can click enter. Since it's free, right? And just click on the first one. Enter. Text to speech, not quite important, but you can go with the first one. Oh, no worry, my dear. We will have you can have a recording later. If not, I'll stay back for longer later for you to help you to configure lah. I will go with DuckDuckGo because it requires no API key. So this is the web searching. I'll just go with this one. And this is the same thing. You can just click enter, 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 and pretty much we're done. So, yep. So I think until now, if you have go through all these obstacles, fill in all this very weird stuff, and you have seen this like all your files are in Hermes set up complete, that means that your agent is done. So what I would want to try out is I want to go here and I want to start. So they'll give you a pairing code here. So what you need to do is you ask the boat owner to run. So what I need to do here is I copy this one, Hermes pairing approved telegram, this one. I paste it right here. And I click enter, approve. So once I'm approved, I can say hi. And of course, ignore skip. Here we go. So you can see like this guy is starting to reply to me. That means that my agent is working. So let me come to the chat to see if anyone has any question. Julian is facing some issue. Let me see what is this issue. JD, I might need 5 more minutes. Hopefully that's fine. Uh,
Can. You can take more than 5.
no problem. I'll bring this offline later if you guys are facing any problem. Okay, so this is the UV lock issue just now. Correct. YX, yes, you can. So what you need to do if let's say you want to change your setup, right? You just come here and you just go to your command prompt or sorry, your PowerShell or your terminal and just click Hermes setup. And then you should be able to redo the setups lah. Here we go. Okay, so let me just go through the comments right now. I hope you guys are still with me. Yeah. I think it's very hard, but don't go emo. I mean, tomorrow I'm still here. If you guys want one more tuition, I'm gonna be around. So if you guys don't have it today yet, it's fine. Tomorrow I'll try to help you guys out with that one also. Uh, Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. Very happy to help. And thanks YX for the um, troubleshooting. I should give you more API credits lah for helping out. Do I require to enter the bank details? I recall I did not enter any bank details for my Alibaba account. Uh, JD, just now did you encounter or need to put in bank accounts?
Yeah, I did. I think
Oh,
Alibaba Cloud requires you to put in bank account and also the tax number.
I don't recall the tax number, but the bank, that did I?
By put in debit card, safer.
True. Debit card safer. Yep, I'll be here for another 3 more minutes if you guys have any questions. Afterwards, I need to pass to JD. I think his presentation is gonna be hopefully it's gonna be easier lah, huh? So yeah, I'll be here for another 3 minutes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm still here. ML, I'm not too sure if that's normal, but if it's progressing, that means you're doing good lah. Um, Regarding the Alibaba, yeah, I think a lot of these cloud providers, I think the first one we used was AWS. We also faced this issue for only certain users. So the solutions that we had was like just continue to request for OTPs lah, and then they will try to give you. And thanks, Hongbin, for troubleshooting. Very helpful. I think I should give you some credits afterwards. Yeah, just want to ask, YTL got plushies or not? I was joking with JD earlier and say that YTL's mascot is gonna be Hongbin. Oh, then no more mascot. Yeah, I think because even for us, like Quen, we also have like our mascot. I think uh, uh, our group photo was like Devin's mascot. So yeah, so I think yeah, I agree. Mascot is sort of significant. Okay, so let me just check to see. So if you guys don't have any more questions, right? Um, I guess I will pass my stage to JD. At the same time, I'll still be here to troubleshoot with you guys in the chat. So I'll be actively replying in the chat. So stay with me if you guys have any errors or anything. Feel free to DM me. Feel free to bombard me. I'm always here for you. Okay. So with that, I think I need to pass to JD. So JD, thanks for your time. I'll let you take it away.
Okay, Ken. Thanks, Shunrei. Okay, so how was that session for you guys? Do you guys think it's hard? Maybe rate 1 to 5. How hard was that setting up your Hermes?
I I'm scared now, bro.
By the way, why you switch from OpenClaw to Hermes?
So, hi, Hongbin, what are you using? You're using OpenClaw or Hermes right now?
6.
Oh, not a good example. But I think most of my friends and me, including myself, are we have switched to Hermes because of the self-improvement features that Hermes have. Because how Hermes will improve themselves is if they identify certain pattern, for example, like some cron jobs or like some uh like repeated task, they will make it into a skill. So you don't have to kind of like go through routing into like all the different thousand methods to go to that skill, the task. But if you have created that skill, they will remember that one way to do it. So
Mm,
if you have more skills, means that you have more ways to do stuff, which means that if you are slowly building up like some tiny skills, that means that in after 100 days you have like 100 tiny skills that could build you some big skills. So I moved to Hermes, and Hermes is fun so far lah.
got it. I also never tried OpenClaw. I only use Hermes. Yeah. But hopefully now the session onwards will be easier because now we are touching on Devin, right? And after that, we won't keep you too long for tonight because we know that tomorrow will be a long day. So before the session ends, I will also do some quick briefing on what to expect for tomorrow, and also if any questions that you have. So the theme of the competition, the exact problem statement, right, will be released tomorrow morning. So please be there on time, right? So you don't miss out on that session. Okay, so for Devin, the credits will only be released for you tomorrow when you arrive at the venue. So what you need to do is basically I will flash this script website as well on the slides, and then you can actually go check it out. You can also check it out now. Basically, you'll see Devin vending machine. And what you need to do is you go to look for the events, our event, which is the Claw Collective. And then once you go in, you're able to you'll see that you're not on the participant list because I haven't input your emails into it yet. But once I input it in, you'll be able to click dispense your code. And then what you'll get is like a $20 credits. And that credit itself will allow you to subscribe to Devin Pro account. Okay, so Devin is very simple. You can just search for devin.ai. But before that, just a check offhand, how many of you guys have heard of Devin before? Maybe you can put in the chat. Anyone here have heard of? Okay, Harry heard of it before. Okay. Max first time. Saw it on the news last time. Okay, yeah, I know that it was viral for a while, and then after that, it gone it gone quite bad, and then after that, now they are back again, right? Yeah, so that's their marketing. They say that Devin is actually good now. So tomorrow I'll let you guys try, and then you guys let me know if it's actually good now. Yeah. But in short, right, Devin is very similar with Claude and also Codex if you have been using it. But I think I guess their USP, right, their unique selling point is that they have every code that you generate is not running on your local machine. You actually create a virtual machine to run that code inside that virtual machine. So what is the benefit of that is that you'll be able to continuously to like run codes while you're on your phones and so on. So you don't need to keep your laptops on. So that's one of the USP of Devin lah. And also, I think one of their own models, SWE 1.7, is also one of the fastest model currently. So if you run like a website compared to Claude or Codex, it'll be way faster compared to the other models. Okay, so what you need to do now for today, I think you guys can already go to devin.ai and go register an account. Yeah, let me just start a page, right? So I can show you guys what to see. So if I search devin.ai, you'll be a new page, and then you can start to already log in or create a new account. And I would highly recommend you to log in or create an account with your GitHub. Okay. And the reason is because so that you can easily tell Devin later that just push to GitHub and so on, so that you don't need to like go and configure yourself. So I would say that the easiest way is directly create your account with GitHub, and then they do have free account access. That means once you log in, before you gotten the credits, right, you'll be able to start using it already because they have a free plan. Okay, so feel free to just sign up first for tonight, and then you can try it out on the free model. And then tomorrow in the morning, you'll be able to receive the credit. And all you need to do is just go to the pro account, which will last you for 1 month. And then you just need to input the codes, the credit code, and then you'll be able to get it for free. Okay, so that's on how to get access to devin.ai, right? And now I'm going to show you some simple use case of Devin. So there's two options to use it. One is that you can use it on the website. So you can use once you log in, you're able to start to click new session, and then you're able to start making your websites already, or like making your apps, or making your dashboard and so on, right? But the difference with the website and also their desktop app, so you also have the option of searching Devin desktop, and you'll see that there's a download for Windows or Mac OS. Are you guys able to see it if you guys search Devin desktop? And the difference, right? The difference between the website and also the the desktop app there's actually quite a big difference because when you're on the desktop app, you're able to use some frontier models. So you're able to switch from Devin Cloud to Devin Local, and you're able to use all the different kind of models available to you. So tomorrow with your Pro plan, you'll be able to use Cloud Fable, you're able to use Opus 5, Kimi, and so on. But then I highly recommend you guys to use to just for this purpose of the hackathon, I do recommend you guys to use the GLM model and also the DeepSeek one because it's a hackathon. So I don't want you guys to like finish your credits in just not finish credits like later you need to wait for it to reset so early on, right? Because it's like a pro account, it's quite similar to Claude. So I don't want you guys to hit limit so early on. So if you guys use Fable, probably you're on your first feature and then you already hit your limit, then you need to wait for 3 hours to reset, right? But then if you use DeepSeek or you use GLM, you'll be able to create more features and then it's more suitable for a hackathon phase. Okay, so if you want to try all the new models, just hold on to it first. Just for the purpose of hackathon, I do recommend you guys to use the cheaper models lah. And so it's very simple. You can choose, right? If you want to run on your local device, you can just keep it to local. And if you want to, and then just choose your folder, right? So you can just click browse and then just create new folder and then call your project like test project and so on, right? And then just make sure that you're in the right folder. Okay. So I'm gonna do one example first. When this is just a simple prompt, right? Create a landing page, and then it will just start cooking like any other coding agents like Claude or Codex and so on, right? You'll be able to see your websites on the right-hand side, and then you'll be able to see your prompt running on the left-hand side. Okay. But what makes it even better than the rest? I'm not sure if Xiaoyan is here from Codex, but what makes it better from the rest is that while it's running this, it's running this simple website, you can continuously launch parallel agents on it. So you don't need to redescribe your project. So for example, right, tomorrow is like a very intense hackathon, right? And then you already launched this feature. So while it's like cooking this create a landing page feature, and then you guys start to think of more features that you want to do, you just click on these 3 dots and then you can click new session in space. And what it does is that it can share the context 100% from the first conversation, and it will continuously to develop together. So this is what we call parallel agents mode. Yeah, so you can always create as much as possible. You can just start create a tab called login, logout, for example, right? So it's able to work at the same time. So you can see that the first one is running, and then I think for hackathon purpose, usually we just switch to bypass mode because we want to be fast, right? So you can see that 2 agents are working at the same time. Okay, so you can see that if you click on the 3 button, you can click add as many sessions as possible. So this is one of the use case, I think one of the advantages over the other platforms. Other than that, let me think. Oh yeah, other than that, I also highly recommend what you guys can do today is to make sure that you can just open a new session and just make sure to connect to all your common tools, right? All the common MCP. So I can think of connect to Vercel, for example, or connect to Superbase, or what else are there? Yeah, so you just type connect to Vercel Superbase, and what it does, it will tell you that what are the tokens is needed in order to connect it. It's very, very user friendly. Like for example, now I already connected lah, but you just type this and then it will prompt out a form for you to input the token. So this is what we call Devin secrets. So basically, once you input the token, it will only be stored inside Devin, and then it will be next time you don't need to like put in the token anymore. You can like directly create databases for you in Superbase or like directly deploy websites for you on Vercel. Okay, so that is so far all the features of Devin. Another thing that it can do is just now I touched on Devin Local, right? So Devin Local is what I recommend you guys to use tomorrow. But for future purpose, because you guys do have 1 month of access on Devin, you can use Devin Cloud. And what Devin Cloud do is that if you're using Windows, and then you know that if you want to create App Store apps, right? Like for example, iOS apps, you actually need a MacBook, right? But with Devin, you can actually I don't think this feature arrived in Malaysia yet, but you can actually switch to Mac OS in one of their virtual machines, and that allows you, despite you have a Windows running, but you can actually launch iOS apps inside. So for example, now you have Ubuntu and Windows only, so I can just try, right? So if you use Devin Cloud, the difference is that the model is more limited to Devin's own model. So you can see that inside here is just SWE 1.7 and SWE 1.7 Lightning. Okay. So if I make, yeah, I'll just close this first. If I just make another uh landing page, right? You can see the difference is that instead of running it directly locally on my device, what you will do is that you will actually launch a virtual machine. And that thing is completely not on my laptop one. So let me just show you guys real quick. Okay, while I'm waiting for this to run, I think I have an example earlier. Maybe it's this one. Yeah. So this one is I use Devin Cloud, right? So I created ChatGPT gave me some example to run, and then I just put it in, and then you can see that what it does is that it create a virtual machine. So this one is not my laptop. You can see this running on Ubuntu, right? And I'm currently using Mac. So what it does is that it will launch a virtual machine, and you'll be able to see the app that you created inside that virtual machine itself. Okay, so that's the two difference. You just need to remember there's Devin local and also Devin cloud. Yeah. So far, any questions? Oh, so Suta, for that question, yeah, it actually means that if once that feature arrive in Malaysia, currently it's not in Malaysia yet, but in I think in UK and US, they actually allow you to use OS, and then yeah, you don't need to actually install Expo because you actually launch it in the virtual machine itself. Yeah, and you can use it on your Windows. Okay. Your one needs GPS location. This one I'm not sure. I think you need to uh yeah, do some research on that. Okay. And next I will touch on like how I personally use Devin with Hermes, right? So one of the first feature is that I ask Hermes to use Devin CLI as my main coding agent. So it's basically just putting it one line like this. Let me find that line again. Yeah, you guys can input this into your Hermes. And what it does is that whenever, oh no worries, I screenshotted into the chat, right? If you guys put this prompt into your Hermes, right, what it does is that it basically will use Devin CLI for all your coding tasks. So for example, if I want to create a landing page, so just now what I tell is that I just say use Devin CLI to run to create a landing page, and then eventually it managed to run it, and then it just automatically deploy for me on Vercel. So I think this is one of the use cases that I can think of. Another use, so it's like coding together with your Hermes, right? You brainstorm together, like what are the solutions that you want to create. And then once you already brainstorm the idea, you can directly ask Hermes, say that, go and call Devin to directly build this solution out based on what we have discussed. So that's one use case. Another use case that I can think of is also like, you can ask Devin itself to create a dashboard to control Hermes. So for example, if your features are like you're using Hermes for public facing users, like people want to chat with that chatbot and so on, you can actually like just directly prompt on Devin and say that link it together with my Hermes for this specific use case, right? So for example, I can create a dashboard for Hermes. So if you can see, uh, this was just done like 5 minutes ago. And then it basically just create a dashboard to see what are all the messages sent, right? So this is just some ideas for you to, start thinking from tonight. Yeah. Then I think that's pretty much about Devin. If there's no questions, I think we can move towards the event briefing. Just to check, anyone have any questions? You'll be receiving your credits tomorrow, and then you'll be able to subscribe to the pro account. But for tonight, you can always get started with the free account version first, just to like get familiar with all the features and all the buttons. Yeah. Okay. So no questions. Then I move quickly to tomorrow's briefing, right?
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited.
Without
Yeah,
touching on the
you can take it
details.
away. Yeah. I think you have more details to share.
Okay, but we won't release the problem statement. This is just to give you guys a taste for what is happening tomorrow. So the first one is the agenda. So you guys are encouraged to take breakfast at home because we do have snacks, but it's limited. And then, I'm not sure if it will fill your stomachs. So we encourage you to take breakfast first before coming. And then our volunteers will be available downstairs from 8:45 a.m. onwards. So you can start to come to the reception. And then once you check in, then you can take the lift to level 18, which is the office. And then we will start sharp once everyone already in Microsoft Office. We'll have a quick open cloud workshop because open cloud Hermes workshops and also a quick Devin workshop, and then allow you to claim the credits. And then the hackathon will begin sharp at 10:30 a.m. or even earlier. So it really depends on the crowd reaction, like how fast you guys are able to start, right? And then at 12, and actually lunch will be starting from 12 p.m. onwards. So at 12 p.m. there's a lunch will be provided. So you guys can take a quick lunch and then continue to build. And then at the same time on the floor, there'll be technical mentors as well. So there'll be 6 of them, which I will introduce to you guys tomorrow. So you guys can ask them any questions if you face any technical difficulties, like today, for example, right? And then we will close at 4 p.m. For the project submissions. Okay, so in between 4 to 5 p.m., there'll be something exciting happening. I'm not sure if Shenri want to brief now or tomorrow.
Uh, tomorrow lah. Tomorrow lah.
Okay, tomorrow. Yeah, so between 4 to 5 p.m., that's where our preliminary judging will happen. And then if you are selected as the top 6 finalists, okay, the top 6 finalists, you will need to prepare for your pitching at 5 p.m. So it is quite a rush because in the sense that once we announce the finalists, you already need to start prepping for your pitch. So in your pitch, you don't need a pitch deck for sure. You want to make one, is all up to you. But then in the pitching, from what we see in the last hackathon, we see that people actually do well with just pitching directly about what they have actually built, right? So they just go through features directly on the website that they have already built or like the solutions that they have already built. And then they just verbalize the problem statement and all. So you can do that as well. But if you want to cook up a pitch deck in that short amount of time, I won't stop you as well. So we have 4 judges, which is also quite exciting. We'll announce tomorrow. So that 4 judges will pick the 3 winners, and the top 3 winners will win. So we never announce the prize money, right? So the prize are basically diving credits and also QN credits. So for champion, for each member, you get $500 diving credits and shared $300 QN credits. And for first runner up is $200 and $200 shared. And second runner up is very similar as well. Okay, and also we have some honorable mentions, which will be informed more tomorrow. Yeah. So that's all I can share today because I want to make sure it's a fair competition. So I keep all the specific details on like the briefing, like the challenge brief and so on for tomorrow morning. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, I think now is the time to ask. pitch deck is for us who can't deliver. Oh, okay. I agree.
JD, Max here. Want to ask,
Yep,
tomorrow we can also form our team on spot, right?
correct. Yeah.
Teammates, huh? Okay,
Yep.
okay.
So what I will do is actually I'll ask who is actually not in a team yet and looking for a team, and then you guys will get together and then just find your teammates there. Yeah. So for this time around, we do allow solo hacks because I think just going global trend, all the AI hackathons, they now allow solo hacking. So we decided to allow solo hacking as well. Yeah. Okay, Sharon already answered the latest question. Then if that's the case, then I think we will upload the recording later. And if you guys still have any questions on the Hermes setup, then I think Sharon, will you be here for the next like 20 minutes?
I can stay here uh for more bit if let's say you guys want to continue to set up. And also feel free to ask any questions. I guess I'll be here. So I guess yeah, if you guys want to stay here to continue set up, feel free. But JD, you want to do some wrapping up first?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much